All right, why don't we go ahead and get started? I have Paint with me, Sempra, and Mr. Bring Halo Back. We're basically going to go over a lot of the Halo Infinite leaks, mostly the multiplayer stuff. There's a few things related to the campaign, but no story stuff. So, yeah, that's basically going to be the stream. If you don't want to hear or if you have been avoiding leaks, I would recommend not watching the stream because that's literally all it's going to be. And yeah, we're just going to discuss the leaks. If you guys have stuff you want to talk about in chat, go for it. Just don't put story stuff or Paint will personally ban you and then come break your computer. So that's just the way it is. With that said, figured before we get into specific things, we could kind of talk about like just overall, what's your opinion on, we kind of talked about this during the last podcast, but what's kind of your guys' overall opinion on just the situation around the leaks? Do you think they're good for the game, bad for the game? Do you think it matters?
I mean, I can imagine for story-wise, that's like obviously bad for a lot of people who don't want that rhythm for them. To be fair, it is Infinite's fault for fucking that up with the build and like just putting it all out there. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
And so with that, it's like it's hard to say. Is like they're kind of like, how do they not foresee that, or like preemptively do something about that?
Yeah.
And
the
data
story
miners
stuff
and
is-
leaks are like with any game, people will try to fucking find shit, and like it's in a way kind of unavoidable, but at least like not put the entire thing in your build like months before the game is even supposed to come out.
Yeah, did they just not expect people to data mine it, or like?
Because like,
were they just taking
we're all
a chance?
Xbox, so like we don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I
but,
feel like it's an inexperience thing with PC, but you would have thought that with MCC they would have realized that this stuff was possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, kind of my general thoughts are like the story leaking definitely is detrimental. I know my understanding, because I actually haven't gone out of my way to find those, but it's not like the entire story, but it's like all the main plot points. So it's not like you can read the entire script, but you'll get the gist of what's happening in the game, and that's kind of a bummer. Just for not only like just the game in general, but kind of just for fans that didn't want, in case you accidentally stumble into that between now and launch, that kind of sucks for you. The multiplayer stuff, while it's like kind of ridiculous that they left all of this in there, I don't know if it's
that's not really a big deal.
Yeah, it's not really
Multiplayer
detrimental
stuff
at all.
gets leaked in like multiple FPS games, and people
Yeah,
are
I was gonna
like,
say it happens in Apex all the time. I feel like everything's
Apex,
data mined in
Valorant.
Apex. Yeah, so that's less of a big deal, but I feel like it's been making the rounds so much just because people want Infinite news so bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised that a lot of this information was leaked rather than just being told to us. Because, I mean, we'll get into it later with the individual aspects of the multiplayer leaks, but a lot of this is like pretty big stuff that if they had said earlier on, I think would have calmed a lot of people's worries about the game. Specifically regarding stuff like Forge and file share and whatnot that we'll get into.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think there's a lot of stuff in here, and I understand some of these images aren't polished and it's not complete, but I feel like a lot of this could have been shown to us or shared by now, and maybe that was part of the plan in the coming months before the game comes out. But there's definitely parts of this. There's certain things that I get why they would keep under wraps if they were trying to like make it a surprise, but I definitely feel like a lot of this they probably could have just shown already or talked about, but I don't know, I guess that's their prerogative, what they want to show and what they don't want to show. Does anyone else have any general thoughts about the situation in general, and we'll kind of get into specifics?
I mean, this is just typical spoilers aside from the story thing. I mean,
yeah,
I was just gonna say, like what you guys said about like the multiplayer leaks. Yeah, that's kind of par for the course with a lot of games. But the campaign stuff, I mean, that is kind of just, I don't know, a bad look that most of your campaign just gets spoiled like this close to launch after being a secret this whole time.
Yeah, and it's
so that
like
is a bummer for a lot of people.
I know. Remember this happened like semi-recently with The Last of Us, but in that case, wasn't it like a rogue employee that just like put it out to the world because they were mad? And in this case, it was just 343 like left it in the build.
It
Yeah.
feels that at this point every 343 employee is a rogue employee, but I mean, from what I could tell the first time I read the campaign spoilers, don't say any of them, of course, but they were actually kind of vague. Like, it wasn't just a description of story beats; it was more just a list of objectives.
Yeah, that's my understanding of it too.
So it's not like the entire thing is ruined, but still, it's kind of pathetic that it was left in the game.
Yeah, and Funky made a point in chat. There are definitely times where companies will intentionally leak things. I think it would be a far stretch to say they intentionally leaked all of this. But I mean, I guess who knows. So the first thing I figured we'd talk about, and this one I won't really get into specifics, mostly because I have avoided looking into it too much, and that is the game mode Battle Royale. Just because my understanding from what I've read is it's actually heavily tied into the campaign, so I've kind of avoided looking up details just because I didn't want to accidentally run into a bunch of campaign spoilers that I didn't already know. But I figured if the game mode's coming, I don't know if it's coming at launch or if it's coming post-launch, but we could just talk briefly. It's been talked to death, but just our opinions on Battle Royale coming into Infinite. So what do you guys kind of think there?
I just hope it doesn't take anything away from the core things that are supposed to be expected in a Halo game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely a concern, especially
Like
seeing
H5 and Warzone.
Yeah, and especially seeing like Warzone with COD, how like that
It just completely took over COD's
Yeah.
multiplayer.
for sure. Yeah, this is gameplay from the flights. It's one of my old stream VODs. If I turn off my webcam, you can see my old webcam.
Nice.
Yeah, but
I needed to record.
I mean,
more
do you guys
for all
think
games.
Battle Royale will drop at the game's launch or no? I'm gonna guess no.
No, I don't.
I don't think it will.
my
Yeah.
guess would be no, unless it's. I will say, well,
A Halo Battle Royale would take away too much heat from like that'd be the main attention if it dropped at the start. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, unless it's like their big, it'll be their big selling point or something. 'cause
like
we
who
still have-
knows where it might take off to? Like maybe it competes with Apex Legends and Warzone.
Oh, for sure.
I
yeah.
feel like it will be their like second wave of hype for the game, because the game already has enough behind it for its release to be hyped up. Once that kind of dies down, they'll be like, "Oh, guys, here's a battle royale," and that'll bring in everyone who wasn't interested before.
343 over time they've kind of made it sound like the game wasn't going to have a battle royale, but they did say something. I forget who it was, but somebody said something about being able to create your own battle royale in Forge.
The fuck?
And I wonder if that's what it'll be, like the
That'd be crazy.
ability to do it in Forge, which I don't think that would be able to compete with a developer-made battle royale. But I mean,
Could be
that
jank,
might
too.
be, that might be the route they go. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
mean-
all for battle royale. It's like you said, Sumper. As long as it doesn't take from other core aspects of the game, like and everything is there at launch that a Halo game should have at launch, then I'm cool with a
Mhm.
battle royale.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty much my thoughts on it. Is as long as it's its own thing and you can still tell that the regular game is getting ample support, then I'm all for it. I think could be a fun experience depending on how they do it. But I mean, that's up in the air. There's
a strong core, like people that aren't really, let's say, I guess, hardcore Halo fans or not even like casual Halo fans. They're like the people you see on Twitter talking like, "Oh, Halo needs a battle royale if it
Yeah.
wants to succeed," and all that crap. You know, those people are only gonna play the battle royale because they'll just get shit on multiplayer. It's like when Warzone dropped for COD, everyone just stopped giving a shit about the regular multiplayer, and then Warzone became the main thing. Like, what if that happens to Halo because all these people are bringing more attention to the battle royale versus the traditional multiplayer?
I mean, I think 100% all the big battle royale streamers will play the
Yeah, and
battle royale.
they can do their Twitch rivals, all that bullshit on there, and
Yeah.
And a lot of these people, like some of these people, they act like if Halo had a battle royale, like it's guaranteed to be great. Like
yeah,
oh, Halo was made for battle royale. It has the shields,
like I don't understand that point.
ODSTs,
How
dropping
is
and
Halo
drop.
made for battle
Dude,
royale?
It could still be very bad. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't guarantee it's going to be successful.
No, you don't understand. It's made. The mechanics are already there.
I think there's actually a lot of mechanics that that won't work very well unless they change them a lot. Because
Yeah, like how the sniper works
yeah,
and stuff.
if I
Like,
get
what are you gonna do with that?
yeah, if I get domed by a hit scan sniper halfway across a battle royale map and it's a one shot, I'm gonna be real pissed off.
Yeah, it's, yeah,
Or even if you get like 4-shot by the current infinite BR, I mean it's a laser. Like someone could easily laser you with that really far
Yeah.
away. So there's a lot of things like that, or like you're pushing a room and someone just rockets you with the easy to use. Like I don't have any issue with the rocket launchers in Halo, but in a battle royale setting where you have a one life, if someone just rockets me as I'm walking through a room, that's gonna be pretty tilting. Like there's a or a shotgun, you just walk into a room and someone just, I guess the bulldog's not a one shot, but still they just bulldog you in the face and punch you and the whole game's over. So
yeah.
They-
And then if they start changing up how the weapons work, then people will argue then it doesn't feel like Halo. So
yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like it has to have somewhat different health or weapon settings, or they
Yeah.
could do like a Warzone-esque thing where it has like a buyback and revive system, so it's not one life. That could be a way to get around it too. Whereas like if in theory on average you had 3 or 4 lives, then maybe it makes it feel better. But I don't know. I guess we'll kind of wait and see there.
What if they turn Warzone into a big battle royale? You can use Rex to call in fucking. I don't know.
Oh, the Warzone from Halo 5.
Yeah.
You just get, dude, those weapons are so fucking OP. Like someone just calls in the Prophet's Bane and they're just like a speedy invisible dude with a
It's a
sword.
really stupid pay to win battle royale.
You can only get the high tier Rex if you buy the buy a bunch of cosmetics.
Yeah, like they'll have in COD's Warzone the stations where you can call in your things around the map. Yeah, it's like that.
it's
Yeah. All right. Well, why don't we can start talking about cosmetics. So I don't know how much you guys have seen of the different cosmetics that are going to be in the game throughout its life. Some of it looks like it's confirmed for season
Some
1.
JPEGs.
Yeah, I've seen some JPEGs. I'll pull some of them up on stream. But what are your guys' kind of general opinions on the cosmetics that we've seen for Halo Infinite so far?
I like the Oni helmet though, and there was a Doom soldier looking one that I thought was cool, and then there was a snowman one which was kind of goofy, but I mean I'd rock it just for the meme of it. But like, there's also a lot of people who have been complaining about that kind of armor if it's going to be in a Halo game because it ruins their weird lore immersion or some BS.
I mean,
Yeah.
the game's gonna last like 10 years. There's
Yeah.
gonna be some weird stuff after a
Like
while.
how much,
we may as
how
well
much
start
lore
it.
friendly armor can we have for 10 years?
where do I see the snowman? I haven't seen the snowman.
The,
You haven't seen
the
the snowman?
snowman? So I've heard mixed things about the snowman. I originally thought it was a helmet, but then I saw people saying it might not be a helmet. So I don't know what the snowman is, but I saw it on Twitter. It was basically like it looked like this guy. Like it wasn't like textured or anything, but you could tell it was like a Jack the Frost snowman.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know if it's a helmet for sure, so I won't claim. But like this helmet down here is pretty wacky with the little horns coming out of his head.
Yeah, we need a pizza skin. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I think one thing to keep in mind too is like maybe it's signified on this image, but like some of the more wacky stuff, they've already confirmed is going to be locked in to its own armor core. So you won't see someone wearing like a Doom helmet and then wearing like Mark 5 or like the regular body or something like that. Most likely if they're wearing something really wacky, it'll be kind of stuck in its own armor core.
They have,
But
they have to commit to the wackiness.
basically, but you'll definitely still
maybe
see.
maybe they have a wacky toggle.
All right.
Oh,
Question though, will
Jesus
there be
Christ.
toggles for my wackiness
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to protect for my immersion?
It's like a little slider for.
How wacky do you want your Halo
how
Infinite?
wacky are you willing to allow your game to be? But yeah, so I've seen, and I don't know if I have an image of it. Here's another image of the horned helmet thing. But I've seen images for skins for different. I think it was specifically the assault rifle that changed it to a different version of the assault rifle. That kind of has me like kind of excited. I'm a fan of that. What do you guys think about that? Like turning the BR into a, not that I would do this, but turning it into the Halo 5 BR or the Halo 4 BR, something like that.
Yeah. Right away that doesn't seem like a big deal. I think I might like that. But I did think about the shotgun, like if you could change the bulldog to the classic shotgun, that would be a little weird because the bulldog doesn't kill in one shot. It takes
It's an
multiple.
entirely different type of shotgun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different. So it would be weird there, but as far as like the sniper goes and the BR, I don't really see a problem with that.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I will say, and I'm not gonna 100% put my life on this because I don't remember, but we have the weapon list. I think the classic shotguns come in later, but
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, when we get to weapons, we can read through the list. But here's like a, I don't know, weird colored image of the ODST helmet, which looks cool, I guess. But yeah, so
Yeah,
that's-
the helmets look alright. I mean, look, the ones I've seen, they look okay. A lot of them are from Reach.
yeah, it's kind of
but,
got a.
you know.
I'd say it's like a mixture of Reach cosmetics with some really wacky ass shit. Is like the best way I would describe it. 'Cause
I do think the Shinobi's cool.
yeah.
I do like that.
Oops, I just like super zoomed in. Oh god, guys, I don't know what website we're on now.
Ooh, wait,
Uh,
how do we get here?
I don't know. All right, we're on Imgur Emerald now. Okay.
Nice.
Anyways,
What are your guys' thoughts on all these people like begging for toggles for like every single thing?
dude, that I'm over it, man.
Yeah,
Like,
that's ridiculous.
first of all, you're never getting it. I understand in Halo 3 there's an argument that the game existed for like 13 years or whatever, and so you're preserving the legacy of that game. This is a new video game. They're not going to give you toggles to just turn off all the cosmetics because that defeats the whole purpose. Like the whole idea behind cosmetics is like you play and you see someone with a cool cosmetic and like in your brain, like subconscious, you go like, oh, I'd love to pull out my credit card and buy some shit I don't need. Like you're not gonna get you're not gonna get a toggle that just turns all the characters into the bots from the fucking the flight. Like in an ideal world where people could have whatever they want, it's not the end of the world, but it's just you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get a toggle for red versus blue. Like
Yeah, no.
it's just not gonna happen.
Um,
And then you get into the worm. What's up?
never mind.
Okay, you get into the whole wormhole there. I don't know if that's the right term. Of like, how many variations of a toggle do you offer to people?
Yeah.
So is it just toggle
In the
turns
settings,
off?
there's just an entire submenu called toggle. with
Yeah,
a bunch
like
of
that's
fucking
what
things.
it almost turns into. Because I even remember in Halo 3, there was people that wanted some things toggleable and some things not. Like they wanted to be able to see the weapon skins, but they didn't want to see the Halo Online armor. I get the differentiation there, but like at some point you're introducing so many different options. Like 343 is not a small company. They can probably in theory do this, but you're just wasting dev time. Like you want to toggle to turn off all the helmets. You want to toggle to turn off red versus blue. You want to toggle to turn off like whatever they call the wacky armor cores. You know what I mean? Like because there'll be people that don't want to see the yokai armor, or however you pronounce this, but they still want to see someone wearing the Emil helmet. And so you'll get into this weird rabbit hole where it's like people basically just want to pick and choose what they do and what they don't want to see. And that's just unfeasible.
I mean, I think a lot of these things will go away. Not all of them, but a lot will go away when the game comes out. Because realistically, who's not going to buy the game because they can't turn off, like, Grunt Birthday Party? Like, who gives a shit at that point? The game would be out, they can play it, they'll have their gripes with it, but whatever. I don't think these comments have, like, any real weight to them.
Yeah.
Since you just brought up Grunt Birthday Party, I remember back in the day on Halo 3 when I played campaign with random people and they had Grunt Birthday Party on, I'd get very angry and I'd make them end it and turn it off. I did not like it. It broke my immersion. I think that's what it was back then.
Yeah, it's
Let's
the
give it
immersion.
that.
It's not iconic.
Yeah.
Word of the day.
That's true. If it's not
Iconic.
iconic, then it can't be in the game.
Arash, I DM'd you something. What do you?
Did you DM me some? All right, let me take a look real quick.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite Iconic Edition
Uh,
is what people want.
Okay, you're right. Because I already knew that. I thought that was just common knowledge.
Okay.
But maybe it's
Okay.
not. Well, maybe when we get to that section, I guess that's the next section. So, does anyone else have any final thoughts on cosmetics or anything like that?
No, I don't.
I think they're fine. I'm looking forward to seeing what weird shit they give. If people are looking for immersion in multiplayer, I don't know what to say to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're at the point where you just have to, if you're gonna play Infinite, you have to realize that it's going to be like all the other multiplayer games that exist. And I realize that there's reasons to not like that, but it's gonna be what it is. There's gonna be skins that don't fit the theme of the game at all. There's probably gonna be skins that completely change the way weapons look. There's gonna be skins that change the way your armor looks. Like, there's gonna be some weird looking stuff, but at the end of the day, I think what's important, well, on one hand, I think some of that stuff's pretty cool because it lets people pick weird stuff that they like. But I at the end of the day, I think what's important is the game's actually fun, and then the cosmetics are just there for people to spend their money on.
Yeah, I'm glad MCC had a toggle for the cosmetics, but I've been saying Halo Infinite does not need that.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I
New
get it.
game.
I get it in MCC's case because you are changing a game that's been around for X amount of years, depending on which game we're talking about. But with it being a brand new game, I mean, cosmetics are built into the image of Halo Infinite, so that is their design philosophy, is they wanted to have these skins. So the Discord overlay has moved. Oh my gosh, who did this to me? Hold on, I'll fix it. Oh, it's because I looked at. All right, I fixed it. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, Big Daddy, I will. Funky, I haven't seen any not safe for work cosmetics, but maybe they'll get some in there for you. So, all right. Next up, why don't we move to? Well, maybe we'll move that to the end in case. So next up, why don't we talk about weapons? So I don't know if you guys looked at the list of all the weapons that have been revealed. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. So basically, this is all the weapons that are going to be in Infinite. It doesn't really say if they're at launch or if they're later, but you can kind of read through them. There's a whole bunch of stuff. You have the nades up here. The lightning nade must be that. Do you guys remember that grenade that we saw in the campaign trailer that wasn't in the flight? So
What the hell? I didn't read this. That's a lot of weapons.
There's a lot of weapons.
So Majora is
Oh my
saying that
God.
this might have some Halo 5 placeholders, and that could be very true. But we'll just keep that in mind as we read this. But
A
yeah.
cinder shot. What the hell is that?
But so one thing you'll notice right here is there's sidearm and then there's magnum. So I think this would confirm in theory that you're getting a regular magnum. I think
we see the Magnum in that new leaked picture. Did you pick up on that?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw people talking about that.
Yeah, that's the first
So-
thing that stood out to me.
Other than if you go through this, I mean, and granted, this could be stuff that's years down the line. I think that's something to keep in mind. But there's like the Vakara 70. I have no clue what that is. The DMR, which people have been wondering about. The saw, the grenade launcher, which would be fun. Railgun,
Yeah.
regular carbine, fuel rod.
Double barrel.
Do you see that somewhere?
Yeah, but
Oh
commando
shit!
rifle.
Yeah, that sounds
That
kind
could
of
be
fun.
like the Doom super shotgun.
Yeah, it might be. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here. Like Majora said, maybe some of this is placeholder, maybe it's not. They left it.
Are they really not going to have the sticky det on here? Like, that was one of the best things 343 did for Halo, was the sticky detonator.
We have seen.
And they just
hold
Haven't
on.
brought it back?
Yeah, the sticky detonator is really cool. Let me pull up. I'm too lazy to get the sound to work, but there's a nice little image, blurry ass image here. If you guys have seen this one
Oh, yeah.
of the good old Sentinel P. Why is this image so blurry? But this is on. I think it's on Livefire. It looks like. So the Sentinel Beam's coming back. Very very blurry version of it. But let's see what else. I think I closed the list. Oops. What else is on here that looks interesting? There's something called a cinder block, whatever the fuck that is.
Cinder shot.
Cinder shot. Sorry. I
Wasn't
What
there
if what wet work is?
It's just the entire Halo 4 armor.
There's
Where
the arc zapper and the volt action and the spike revolver. That's probably the name for the thing we saw in the campaign trailer, right? What was that called?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was the... I always forget the name of it.
Yeah, same.
The Mangler.
And something to keep in mind too is with there being a battle royale, I think there's a good chance that some of this stuff could be battle royale specific. I think that's a possibility. Maybe battle royale plus like Forge, kind of how they did the rec weapons. Mangler. There we go. That's what it was called. Yeah, that's something too. Where this could also include cut weapons. That's definitely a possibility for sure. Okay. So Majora is saying that the right option is from in the build we had. Someone went into custom games, and these were the choosable options on the right.
Oh.
So I think that Majora thinks that that might be the launch lineup, which would make sense because these have more like real names as opposed to a lot of these, which are more generic.
Placeholder names.
Yeah. So if you look on the right side, what's an HMG? Is that some type of big machine gun, maybe?
Yeah, I'd imagine heavy machine gun.
Maybe, yeah. So in the things on the right side that weren't in the flight, the shock rifle, the disruptor, the energy sword, although we knew about that, the HMG, the Hydra, but we knew about that, and the stalker
We knew
rifle,
about the
right?
Hydra?
Yeah, it was in one of those. Remember those blogs?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it was
Yep,
in one of
I know
those
what you're talking
blogs.
about.
But yeah, so I mean, do you guys have any thoughts on any of these specific weapons?
How much do you think? I mean, my guess is that they will like not introduce all these weapons at the start. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
for
at
sure.
launch day, you're not gonna. all
For
see
sure,
these,
I don't
and then
think
eventually,
all
like,
of these.
oh, guys, the Magnum's back. You can stop crying on Reddit now.
Oh, there was more if I scrolled down. Oh, yeah, we can talk about this stuff too. But here's just a different picture with some of it broke up into different sections, like Covenant, Brute, Forerunner, UNSC. I'm called an MLRS, whatever that is. But and then there's this section. This kind of relates to cosmetics, but if you guys didn't see, this came off of the Halo Waypoint website if you like got into the HTML. But basically it confirmed you're going to have things like charms, you're going to be able to change the color of your ammo counter color, coatings, death
Really?
effects. Someone was asking about armor effects earlier in chat. You will get those. Emblems, which I don't care about. Themes, whatever that is. Stat trackers, which might be kind of cool. And then there's this section about weapon models, which we already kind of talked about, but I think that'll be just straight up changing your entire weapon model. And then weapon kit, whatever that is. And
That
then
might be like the making the sniper, the classic sniper type of thing.
yeah, might be.
Just like,
And then there's kind of same crap for your vehicles. You get the same type of stuff,
ooh,
but I
vehicle
don't
charms?
vehicle. What is it? What do you think a vehicle charm is?
I don't know.
Do you think
A
it's
charm
like
for your
you're,
vehicle,
you're,
man. What
dri-
do you
you're
mean?
driving the Warthog and on your
Yeah,
rearview
like it
mirror
hangs
is,
on
like, some
on the
dice?
fucking the window shield.
Oh, like a little disco ball or some fuzzy
Hell
dice or something.
Yeah, on your rear
Yeah.
view mirror.
You can change the horn.
no, all that stuff's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Go ahead.
if we're being honest, like this whole section was like par for the course. Like you probably should have expected this once it was announced free to play.
Now, what do they mean the stat tracker? Is that like CS:GO?
It has
Stat
to be.
tracker?
I'd
It has to
imagine
be.
so.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I don't know what else that could mean. Which like stat trackers are cool, but they're also like the cheesiest
What if
thing
it's-
ever.
Could be
'Cause
like
you
a
could-
stat tracking emblem or something.
Like, am I
Oh,
gonna be able
yeah.
to open up a factory new battle rifle or what's up?
Have different levels of the skins. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
You know, Halo kids are complaining about that. Like, this is not iconic. It's not Halo.
True. So I think that kind of covers weapons. Did you guys have any other specific weapon related things you wanted to talk about?
Just two little things. I think if they're going to release weapons slowly at a time, one of the first we might see from the list on the left would be the Reach grenade launcher, seeing as the first season's all about Reach.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
and-
true on that, yeah.
definitely. I think that's definitely a good possibility.
Oh yeah,
since-
you know what? Now that I think about it, like with each Battle Pass season, whatever the hell they're gonna do, they'll probably introduce a weapon, right? Like how Apex
Yeah.
does it.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's how they'll do it. No doubt.
And for the vehicle customization stuff, there is one thing that concerns me, and that is you can change the horn. I don't know if you guys have played much Grand Theft Auto Online.
Oh yes, I have.
I
It's the most
haven't.
annoying thing on the planet.
Yeah.
Are there some
People with
good
custom
horns? Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
They'll
No,
just
I-
drive up to you and spam that.
I played a little bit of it when it came out, like on PS3 before it even had heist, and then I never went back because it was pretty boring.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what other good stuff do. We'll talk about this image. I think everyone's seen this image by now, but I'll pull it up in case you haven't seen it.
Halo Infinite is going to be released in the holiday.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a holiday. We don't have an exact date. All right. So here was some screenshots that these were in the flight. Am I correct? They were like the images for the maps or something, or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
what?
Well, I was trying to remember where this images came. Yeah, image for maps. Okay, thank you. All right, so as you can see here, there's a little guy. I mean, you see him in the background over here. But there's a little guy, and it looks like he probably has thruster. So
Yes.
I thought thruster was already confirmed when it was in the keybinds, but I guess this kind of reconfirms it. So how do you guys feel about thruster possibly being in Halo Infinite?
I think
If
it
it's
could
just a
be really
power-up,
cool.
like,
I mean, isn't it confirmed
I'm excited about
that
it.
it's an Infinite?
I think so, yeah.
But like, to answer your question, now is it going to be amongst the other equipment regularly? So you're going to be seeing some random dude with thrust, and he's going to be thinking it's Halo 5 and shitting on kids, or is it just going to be like in specific things for like select game modes or playlists?
Yeah, I mean that's what we don't know at all.
Well, what do you
It'll
think?
probably
I mean,
be
I think
amongst-
it'll just be an equipment that you pick up on the map that has a set amount of charges. Hopefully, it's like a decent amount. Otherwise, it seems kind of useless. But I imagine it'll just be like instead of on the map, instead of picking up a grapple shot, you pick up a thruster and it has like 5 charges or something.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And then I imagine maybe I have to think in customs and stuff. There's probably a way to set these as like pseudo abilities, so you just constantly have them and they just refresh all the
On the
time.
charges, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
probably.
think so. You'll probably day one see some Halo 5 game modes being made with thruster.
Halo
and-
5 kids getting a little,
Dude, they'll get a
trying to
remake
get a little
of,
iconic.
of Coliseum going in Forge, and they'll be ready to go.
Can you play Halo 5 and Halo Infinite?
But yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about thruster. Do you have any thoughts about it, Paint?
Payne was an H5 Grand Champion.
Oh, for sure.
I was an H5 Grand Champion, but I never used thruster. I abstained. I don't know. I think it's fine. If it's going to be a power up, it's going to be kind of strange. It feels like a slightly underpowered power up,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
we
don't have
haven't
much of
seen
an
the
opinion on it.
thrust.
I mean, I think I'd rather have thrust than the fucking wall. Or
You really
Yeah.
don't like that wall.
the wall was not very useful, man.
We haven't seen the thrust in action, so we don't know how closely it'll be like the H5 one. What if it's pathetic, or what if it's like 10 times the H5 thrust and you just fucking get yeeted?
You just yeet.
What if it can work like a what's it called? Spartan charge.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus,
you can
no.
thrust into someone and melee them.
Oh, fuck. That's
You
not
can
good.
shoulder punch them.
All right, let's see what else is here. I'll throw some footage up here. See what else is on here in terms of equipment. I don't think there's.
Like as a
really-
vertical jump. At that point, it would be a thrust, really? Would it just be like a pseudo?
I think it's like a side-to-side jump. I don't think it's like a.
No, but Majora, someone in chat said like, what if you can use it vertically as a double jump?
Oh, I got.
That'd be like a pseudo jetpack slash.
I see what you mean
Oh,
now. That I don't hate that. I guess since it's an equipment.
That actually would be an okay equipment to have like a second jump ability.
Well, you can use the repulsor
mean, we might see it.
as a jump. We saw that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's a weapon. I want to be able
Oh
to
shit!
you know,
All right.
BR
all right.
someone, double jump, grand slam, ninja them, 360, pull out my sniper. Yeah, I think about the montages, man. I want to watch the montage with the Ravager.
You're right. All right.
I
Well,
mean, we might see a jetpack further down the road anyway, so that might become.
yeah.
kinda redundant.
I feel like
Yeah,
a
if
jet-
they ever had a jetpack, I hope it's very limited because jetpacks kind of break how arena shooter can work.
They
like, it reaches,
do,
I
but
think
I
it's
feel like the
terrible.
jetpacks worked fine in hardcore reach where they were a pickup. Do you disagree?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, I agree with that. But like, it's
when you-
definitely like a power pickup because that
yeah,
totally eliminates map navigation. And
for sure. But don't you want to see someone doing a jetpack flag pull?
Yeah, of course. I want them to use their speed boost, double thrust, vertical jump into a grapple shot into the flag.
They just have everything. Dude, that was a sick leak. I can't wait for the Titanfall season. That's season 8 though. That's a while.
Guys,
from
you ran
now.
out of ideas. We're doing Titanfall. Here's the R99.
What if they did? What if they just brought in like Octane and you could just throw jump pads down? All right.
I could
That'd be
actually
the
see
craziest
that.
crossover ever.
I think why don't we next talk about? I don't know how much you guys looked at the UI pictures. Did you look at those much?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I
they're
saw
alright.
him.
I'll give me a sec here. I'll pull a bunch of them up on stream.
I heard some people complain that it feels like awkward for controller.
Well,
Or like
going
it's not
off
perfectly
going off the
placed in a
flight,
way
I
where it
didn't
feels
really
natural.
care for the UI. I thought it was kind of meh.
Kinda meh tier.
It was just like even on mouse and keyboard, it was just kind of meh. But like 343
Okay.
just makes meh UIs. What?
Well,
Like,
MCC.
yeah, I wasn't too impressed by From the Leaks for the Infinite one.
Yeah.
I mean, like, some of the Bungie UIs for those Halo games are just incredible, and I just like to just sit at the main menu in some of them and just listen to the music and shit. But like these, it's all right, nothing special. I'm sure I feel like those background images will change to maybe something more unique, but maybe not.
Yeah, I would think they would, but that's not the right.
It definitely looks better than MCC's.
Did the
can say
leak say
that.
anything about customizing the UI like in any way?
No, I haven't seen anything, but all right, I have them up on screen now if you guys want to look. But yeah, basically, I mean, this looks like the main menu right here, which looks similar to what we had in the flight, but you can just pick between like campaign and multiplayer and academy and custom and forge. There's not a section there for theater, but I guess that could be missing.
Yeah, I don't see it there.
Yeah.
But they do show the theater lobby in one of the
Yeah,
pictures.
They
I
do.
think.
I've seen that. But here's your custom
What is
game
that in
lobby.
custom?
Yeah, this is custom game lobby, and then here's a bunch of skulls. I mean, I think we all assumed skulls would be back, but I guess cool to see. If you guys know the pictures, you could confirm which skulls are coming back. I don't.
What's going on with Master Chief's AR in that picture?
It's purple.
It's very.
He's got a purple skin. I don't know, or it's like a placeholder image that didn't load all the way.
Oh, it's a skin.
Look how bad the legendary logo looks in campaign. That's the heroic logo. Is there a legendary logo that I'm missing? All right, but here's here's theater. Oh, it's under community. Okay. But yeah, so you have theater, and then you have most played modes and maps. That's kind of cool. And then bookmarks and files. You have this nice button here to be able to buy the campaign if you want, which is what everyone needed.
They put it under community. I don't know. I feel like they put shit in weird spots. Like with MCC,
true.
they have theater under create.
Yeah, I don't.
What am I creating in
You're-
MCC's theater?
you're
I
creating
can't
a
say
dope
films. I
video,
can't do.
man.
I can't create any. I can't create anything.
You're gonna put filters on that shit. It's gonna look sick.
Oh man.
Oh, Big Daddy, if you wanna post it, I'll pull it up. I don't know if I've seen that one. One thing that I don't know if these UIs are finished, but there's no spot. Oh, here's the legendary logo. It just looks like the legendary logo, but way simplified.
Ew.
Look at it. It's like the version like a kid would draw.
That's cute.
It is kind of cute. There's no spot here for like a custom browser. Maybe that's coming later, or it's not in this. I don't know.
Oh god.
So
I'll be honest. If Halo Infinite doesn't drop the custom browser at the start, I wouldn't be surprised.
you wouldn't be surprised, or you would be.
I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be either, but I feel like, come on, we have it in
Yeah,
Halo
neither would I.
5, we have it in MCC. We're just like taking a step
We
back.
just barely got an MCC.
Yeah, having something in
Taking
MCC
a back,
is not
taking
a
a step back is what they do.
True, there
Yeah.
is. There's the motto. All right, so here we already saw these images. Yeah, okay, so that's I think all of them, right? Yeah, because I think these are all the same ones. Yeah, that's the academy. Yeah, more stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much the UI. So I don't know, what kind of general thoughts do you guys have on UI?
It looks better. Looks better than MCC's. I'll just say that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I hope it functions better than MCC's. Holy crap.
Oh, same, man. I really hope, and it doesn't seem like they are, but 343 loves, like, especially if you guys remember from the flight with the cosmetics, they love horizontally scrolling menus, and that shit fucking sucks, man.
That is so dumb.
Yeah, I
Especially
hate
in
it.
the
So
custom
sick of
games,
it.
you're
Like,
trying
give
to
me,
fucking sort through your maps and game modes. And,
yeah, give me a nice list with names and let me scroll up and down.
filters.
Yeah, just
and
a
a
simple
search.
list.
For sure.
I feel
But I
like
guess their idea was, remember, it was made for Xbox originally, and like,
oh yeah.
people
But,
don't
like,
know
you
how to.
can't even see all the map names at once. Like, just a nice list, and that's all you need.
Yeah, I feel like at times the MCC layout can look like a mobile game or a PowerPoint presentation, but there's something about Infinite's UI I just despise it. It's so bland. It's got absolutely no character. The color scheme is literally
No
white
soul.
and gray, and the like background
It's
shots
Livefire.
we've come so far. It's Livefire. I cannot stand it. I would rather have a clunky UI that had a little bit of character to it than this. It's
Yeah,
like they're
this
trying to
UI
copy
is-
the Warzone UI, but without any thought put into it.
It's definitely
looks
not
like it's not
iconic
loaded
like Halo
properly.
2, Halo CE.
White and gray is
Oh,
clean. The fuck you on about? Says
White and gray
Delta.
is clean, but look at the rest of Halo. I mean, I know the MCC's not got a good one, but
I'll
my
pull-
god,
I'll
when
pull
has
up a
Halo
nice
ever
image.
been like black and white?
Alright, let's-
Never.
let's
Halo's
look
always
up-
been a massively colorful game.
So just for comparison, everyone, here's Halo Infinite, all right, and then Halo 3 main menu.
Well, I think Halo 3 and Halo 2 were really just blue, but
Yeah,
I
they are.
liked it.
They are just blue,
Yeah.
to be fair, but
And they're more atmospheric, you know?
They
I
are.
don't think Infinite's gonna have that.
where's the when you go in the matchmaking menu, you have the little glow.
See that main menu? A nice little list. And that's
Yeah.
it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Look at that right there. Population 0.
Hell yeah, baby! 325 gamers online.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I think that kind of covers UI stuff. Now I think the last two main things that are basically in that I've seen leaked, other than story stuff. Well, actually, there's three things. There's maps, and then there's the campaign details and the multiplayer details. So why don't we go through some of the campaign details? Basically, if you-
Devastator, atmospheric with the music and everything. Jesus Christ. Blue Desert. Yeah, it's real atmosphere. Shut up, man. Oh my god.
So yeah,
Carry on.
let me pull up this list real quick. So basically, if you guys haven't seen these, what it is it's data mined voice lines, but you can kind of read through them and pull out different things. So these are the campaign details. And we'll kind of just
Can you please read them in what you would think they sound like?
no, but I'll go,
Go ahead,
through
please.
and I'll point out ones that sound relevant. So I don't know, if you don't want campaign details, maybe just don't listen for like the next 10 minutes. So a lot of this sounds like open world stuff. I mean, comm towers and bases and fucking the map and shit. None of that sounds too out of the ordinary. There's audio logs, sounds pretty straightforward. Skulls. There's lockers where you can, in the campaign, you can find cosmetic items for the multiplayer. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's fine. Like, I don't care much for it. Are people gonna get upset about that?
I don't think so. I think it's pretty cool.
Wait, what was it?
Being able to unlock multiplayer cosmetics through the campaign.
Just
yeah,
like
that's
H3,
fine.
guys. That's iconic. That's what they want.
Yeah, that was like H3. yeah.
Halo
That's fine.
iconic.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty cool. I think one big thing in here is it talks about upgrading Master Chief's equipment, and you do that by acquiring Spartan cores. What do you guys think about that? You
Kinda
can,
like the way Doom does it.
yep, when an equipment is upgraded, it gains new abilities or improved functionality. So,
Okay.
So I hope to see a skill tree in the campaign because I want to, get skill 100 on my sneaking and
I want to
Olympic
give my
campaign.
Master Chief 100 speech.
I Yeah, I think basically you'll just be able to upgrade. Just like in Doom Eternal, where you can like upgrade the different weapons and
Yep.
stuff. It'll just be like that. You'll be able to upgrade your grapple hook. It'll like go further or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we need
kind of
a
what I
XP
expected.
level. We need the whole shebang, really.
But yeah, you can see it talks about the different equipment here. I mean, we've seen all this stuff. So there's the thruster, enables evasive maneuvers in any lateral direction in order to dodge attacks or move to cover. I don't know, it just sounds like the thruster to me. There's
Yeah.
the threat sensor. There's something called reinforced wave guides, which increases the amount of sustained fire your shields can take before breaking. So basically, it just makes you tankier. I wonder that just the name for
Overshield?
overshield. Yeah.
So when I'm
that's-
playing co-op
Yeah.
with the homies, I could specialize in tank, and then specialize in shield, like drop walls.
Dude, you could have the grapple shot class, which is the
Yeah,
sniper.
yeah, yeah.
True. But yeah, I mean that's the gist of it. Oh, at the very end here, there's fast travel in the campaign. Does that bother you guys at all, or?
And I was kind of expecting it, given the
Yeah,
kind of
I
open world.
expected it.
I don't
But I don't know.
if-
I don't know how I feel about fast traveling games because it's like, I don't know. Then you're just like
Yeah,
skipping a lot of areas.
That's not iconic.
Yeah, and I feel like Halo has such a wide selection of vehicles that you could kind of
Oh,
get
for
around
sure.
anyway.
Yeah.
It all comes down to how big the map is. If the map's huge, I like fast travel. I mean, from what we've heard, is it's not like true like one big open map. It's like segmented maps, so it could be like.
Maybe we
fast-
can have a fast travel toggle.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
you can just play.
Can we have a
that
UI
and
toggle
use
as well?
faster.
So like we could just remove it from our campaign so that we're not tempted to use it.
Yes, just in case you get
You
a
get-
little too adventurous out there.
You know, something like that is kind of the reason I'm not a huge fan of like open world games because like with a fast travel, it just like you're skipping a lot of areas, and then if you don't use it, it takes a while to walk or drive to that area. I am more of a fan of linear games, especially for Halo.
Yeah.
So I wonder how this is gonna be open world. Like,
Yeah,
Could be-
Plus,
yep.
Sorry, go on.
no, you're good.
Okay, I was just gonna say the inclusion of fast travel makes me think that they're not putting a whole lot of effort into like the in-between areas.
which
Yeah.
is kind of a
Ugh.
bummer.
Yeah.
And like, am I gonna like keep every time I return to a an area I've already been at? Is it just the enemies respawn and it's just the same fight again, over and over and over again every time I pass through it? Is that what
Well,
it
you won't
is?
be able
Like,
to fast travel with enemies nearby, so you'd have to clear it out first. But yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when I play a game like GTA or something, sometimes it's nice to have it, but it like depends on the game too. I feel like a lot of times in GTA, like I'll play without using the fast travel much because the world is interesting. But if I play, like, I'm trying to think of a good example, like one of the fucking Assassin's Creed games that I just feel like there's no reason to do anything. You just fast travel everywhere and like run straight to the mission. Or like, oh, when I played like the original Watch Dogs, I felt like that's all I did. I just fast traveled like all over the map and just went to the missions.
Yeah. And like in replaying ODST recently, I hate the Mombasa Streets parts. Like, I just want to skip them.
Yeah.
It was cool the first time, and that was it. Like, just want to play the missions. at
Holy
that point.
fuck! I really hope not. Who Likes Chicken just said the open world is gonna function like Gears 5's open world.
Well, the
Hey,
game isn't
Oh
actually
my
going to be
god,
open world,
no!
right?
No, it's
No.
Gears 5 isn't open world either. Technically, it just has these little hub areas.
Yes,
And
those
they're
sections.
The
oh
biggest
my
fucking
god.
waste of your time that I've ever seen in my life. Like me and
It
Pate
was the
played
snow
it.
section and the
Yep.
desert section.
I just remember
I
playing
hated
through that
that.
snow section, and it was so long and boring that me and Paint never finished the game.
Yeah, and
What,
when
you
we got
didn't
to the
like the
sand
weird
section, when I played it, I'm like, oh god, not again.
You guys didn't like the weird little vehicle that had like a sail and you just zoomed around on it and there was nothing for
It was
hours
called
at a
the.
time?
What's it called? It started with an S. I forget what it was. That was some really good snow on that snow mission. I just wanted to point that out.
Do you remember when the Gears campaign had fucking stealth sections?
Oh
God, that was so bad. They did Chicken, they did. So I guess that could mean maybe they brought him in for their open world expertise. They never really said.
It's called the Skiff. That was the vehicle.
Oh yeah, but
The Skiff.
hopefully the open world has more to it than Gears 5's open world, because that just felt like it existed to waste my time. So.
And are we gonna have unique environments for like the missions, like a Covenant ship, like a Forerunner area? I hope it's not just Pacific Northwest the whole time.
No, I
Oh,
feel like
man.
my guess is that the main map is going to be Pacific Northwest, and then you'll have like maybe mission areas that you head to, or like start, and then it kind of like loads you somewhere else. I mean, it's similar to like Destiny or some shit.
Do you reckon there's going to be a snow area?
But
for a purple place?
Destiny's missions take place a lot of like in the open world areas.
They do, but there are missions that like move off to their own areas.
Yeah.
But-
I don't know about in D1 though.
Oh, I was thinking more Destiny 2. I've never really played D1.
Well, I mean, you can barely even call that a campaign in D1, so never mind.
it was just like a collection of objectives.
Yeah. It was bad. It was real bad.
This is getting off topic, so we'll move on. But actually, for the first time I played through Destiny 2's campaign, I thought it was decent enough. Like the writing was kind of cheesy, but
How speed ones work in the game
It
without
was
set missions, like any other game that doesn't have set missions.
yeah,
It'll be like an 90% optimized
like-
thing.
GTA speedruns have been a thing for as long as GTA's existed. So basically, it'll be like, yeah, it'll either be you'll
Like
see
Skyrim.
Yeah, it'll be like any percent, which means you just like speed through the main campaign, or like 100% where you have to do all the side objectives and shit. And that's usually like the two main things you see.
Arash, explain speedruns to chat.
You're welcome.
Clip that.
Clip that. All right, we'll move on. So the next section that I wanted to talk about was multiplayer details, which is I don't know, this is basically the same thing we just looked at, but this time it's multiplayer stuff. So I'll pull it up real quick. I feel like there was less on this, but we'll go through it because I don't remember off the top of my head for sure. Okay, so one thing that this confirms is the rank in the ranked mode in Halo Infinite is basically Halo 5's. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, you say that as in like the tiers are going to be Halo 5 or the actual system?
No,
is
like
gonna just be
bronze,
Transformers 5?
silver, gold, plat, diamond, onyx.
Okay, well, who cares about that? I'm more curious about how the system is going to work, you know?
Well, it says it uses CSR. So I guess what do you
Well, that's
mean?
very vague because Halo 4 uses CSR.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I don't.
True.
But behind the scenes, I guess they could have changed it. But the upfront UI will be like divisions and leagues, I guess, whatever you want to call it. As opposed to like a 150 system was my main point.
I guess it's like a modified Halo 5 ranking system, or it could be exactly the same. I don't know.
Well, I hope it's a modern ranking system that's not going to be like anything like the 1 through 5 where you get points off of wins and losses exclusively.
I like the 1 to 50 in Halo 3 and the Halo 2 ranking system. I think it's
outdated.
the Halo 5 ranking system may very well do a better job of putting people in like good balanced matches, and that's what a ranking system should do. But there was just a lot left to be desired with Halo 5's ranking system. I mean, the main thing for me, the reason I just didn't care about it at all right out of the gate, was that it just reset every 3 months, and you had nothing to show for it on the game. That was it. It was just gone. It was just gone forever.
At launch,
Yeah.
it was
That
1
right
month.
then. At launch, it was 1 month. Right
Yeah.
then and there, you could have just not even had it in the game. You could have just hid it from me. I didn't care right then and there. And like, I didn't like Halo 5, but if it had like a solid ranking system, something that I was invested in, I probably would have played a lot more. But like Halo 3 with its 1 to 50, and not even just with Halo 3's ranking system, but its matchmaking system in general, like it just, I mean, I don't know, it was more satisfying to progress through those ranks. And you had the side XP rank within each playlist and your overall XP rank. I just liked being able to get into pre-game lobbies, being able to see everybody's rank and everybody's how many games they had played and stuff. And just stuff like that was cool. But I don't know, Halo 5's ranking system was really bare bones, so if they build off of it, it might not be that bad.
I think for me,
Yeah, but
if
I liked it, but the problem is that like the way it just there are a lot of issues with how the 1 to 5 worked. I mean, I liked it. It was
Oh, it had
iconic.
flaws. I mean, think
What?
of the D rankers.
I think-
you could like a count with a lot of losses could boost you, so people
Yeah.
would just D rank. That's a major flaw.
I think one of the biggest problems with the 1 to 50 system, and it's solved. Well, there's two big problems, and it's on both ends of like the list, because you have, well, Halo 3 system was funky too, because you like new accounts could like speed through it, but like if you played a lot of games, you just get like fucking hard stuck. But
You get locked.
that's more like Halo 3 specifically, as opposed to, I mean, I guess that is the 1 to 50 system, but when I think 1 to 50, I think, you know, you start at 1 and you rank your way up to 50, and that's kind of the gist of it. And how you go through it is kind of dependent on the game, because they were different between Halo 2 and 3, like the intricacies. For me, the biggest issues were, 1, everyone starts at rank 1, which leads to, for new players, can lead to a terrible experience, because your players that are all grouped into the same rank, they're all going to be grouped into the same like matches for not a ton of time, especially in Halo 3, because you did rank up very fast in Halo 3. But like, and this becomes more of an issue when the population gets low, so it's not as much of an issue in a game that was populated like Halo 3 was. But in MCC specifically, the fucking 1 to 10 ranks are just a wasteland, because you play the same fucking people over and over, and you just play people on alt accounts. So it's like, what's the point of a ranking system if I'm just constantly playing the same people on accounts that are on alt accounts anyway?
I mean, if people are making new accounts.
yeah, but in MCC people make new accounts 24/7.
Well, I mean, that's just the fucking barren wasteland.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't. I
yeah.
mean, like, I get
But
that.
so then,
Like,
my second biggest issue. Well, my second. Okay, so that's the first issue, which is a lot less of an issue in an actively populated game. My second issue is, once you hit 50, other than personal satisfaction, there's no reason to play. I know there's people that would play it for like the competition, but unlike having a dynamic top end, there is no reason to play. The incentive is to play other playlists or make a new account, right?
unless they had like the side XP rank like
True.
Halo 3 had.
Yeah, but then that's
or,
just an XP rank.
or just implement something. Yeah, but you had to play on your 50 to up that XP. The Halo 3, the 1 to 50 wasn't perfect. You could build upon it and make it better.
Yeah, you stick like a champion system at the top and it fixes
Yeah,
that.
you do something like that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, and I mean that you did that the Twitter clip you had of like Cardinal or whatever he was.
Yeah.
I didn't really agree with his reasonings for why the 1 to 50 was bad, because he said like how you couldn't in Splitgate you couldn't find games really at like rank 40 to 50 or something like that. Well, that's just a population issue. You know what I mean?
He was specifically talking about why it didn't work for their game.
Okay. I mean, okay. Well then that makes sense.
So
But, he did say even with thousands of players playing, as if like there was enough people, but apparently there wasn't. And then even at that, open up the skill range. Then.
Yeah, so
I mean,
his point there, just to clarify, was at the launch of Splitgate, it had 10,000 people play. With 10,000 people playing, people still couldn't find matches, was his point. The solution, yes, you can make the matches, like you can open the range and you could probably find matches, but that almost is no different than saying like champion players can't find a match, so that's the same kind of thing, where it just incentivizes people to make new accounts.
Yeah, people made new accounts in Halo 5.
Yeah, I don't. That's not
People-
a 1 to 50 specific issue. I think you have more of an issue when people hit 50 and then they just stop. Especially, Halo 3 at least had the experience rank, but Halo 2, which I understand was fucking really hard to hit 50 in Halo 2 because of all the people that just boot you offline and stuff. But
Yeah.
in Halo 2, once you hit 50, or in MCC, once you hit 50, what's the incentive to keep playing? What's the incentive to not make a new account? You know?
Yeah, and that's why I feel like
Yeah,
they could have
so-
built
and then
upon
you
the 1 to
could,
50.
exactly, yeah.
But
But at that point, right, if you, let's say you had a 1 to 50 system with placement matches and a top end that was dynamic, at that point you just have Halo 5's ranking system with like a nostalgic skin on it. It's the same thing.
yeah,
So
I mean,
I think the one nice thing
I prefer looking at the military ranks than those Halo 5
I mean,
division ranks.
yeah, I get your point there, but I think one thing I like about it too is I know some people don't like it, but I like when they do seasons and they do resets because I think it incentivizes people to come back to the game that have fallen off. Whereas if you just have the 1 to 50 from MCC, like, who cares about your rank? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you know you're not going to get a 50, like, what's the incentive to start playing ranked again in MCC other than, like, I really want to play ranked, but, like, in Apex or in Valorant or something, when there's a new season, like, you're like, oh, cool, new season. Like, I want to go play my placements and maybe play a little bit.
Yeah, but like I think it de-incentivizes when it resets and you have nothing to show for it.
No, correct. The problem with Halo 5 was it had no way to track what you were in previous seasons. That hopefully they need to fix that.
Yeah, like I mean that I will not rate is if they don't have that, if it just resets and it's gone, I will not care about that ranking system.
Yeah.
I will be really mad about that if they don't do that. But with Halo 3, how your like rank stayed there forever, like I did kind of like that because like you could work on getting a 50 in like every playlist, and it was just something to work towards, and like you had the XP rank next to it, and it was just like I kind of like that it didn't reset, but I get why they would want to reset for each season. And if they do that, do it like Reach, where I can see my rank for every season, and I could see. I mean, shit, you could see everybody else's rank for every season, and all their stats for that season. 2010. If we don't get that in 2021, like, come on, man.
Yeah, I think, basically you just have to have a way in game to look up people's previous ranks, yours and other people's. And I think longer seasons too is nice. I know now in Halo 3 or Halo 5, I think they do like 3+ month seasons, which is all right. But at launch when they were a month, like I hated that.
Yeah, that's
bad. it was so hard for someone that wasn't like a pro. By the time I could grind a champion in the playlist that people cared about, like the month was almost over. I was like, well, fuck. Like,
yeah, there's just no point.
And then it reset, and I was like, no one even knew I got champion.
Right? Like, there will be an incentive for me to like not miss a season. Like, if there is somewhere like on your service record that shows your rank for every
give us
season.
little charms, like other games do.
Yeah, I think
other
charms or emblems and stuff would be pretty cool. Tied to, they're talking about that in chat, but tied to
that'd be cool
what
as a
rank you
reward.
got.
But I don't want that to be the only thing. Like,
I want to get a personal email saying congratulations on.
Yeah.
Majora,
Fly me out.
We can talk about that because I think I disagree with you.
Who?
But over on this first image, the only other thing I really wanted to talk about is this game will have actual LAN support, which I don't think Halo 5 ever properly had. So I think that's good. I don't know if you guys have any opinions on that.
I mean, fine. That should be expected. Holy crap!
MCC
They didn't have LAN.
MCC didn't have it either.
Yeah, but MCC.
And like they couldn't do those tournaments
wasn't
because
it-
like Xbox Live went down.
Yeah, wasn't it something? Didn't they tell us it was something to do with like the Xbox One couldn't do LAN or some shit?
I
don't know if that was
about
true.
that. Don't other games do that? Don't other games have LAN?
Yeah. Oh, well, other Xbox
I'm not
games?
sure.
I don't know because I don't pay attention to them, but
Yeah.
whatever. We'll have LAN. It'll be good. All right. So this next section I want to talk about it's the file share stuff. So I think some very notable things in here are that you can enable copy protection to prevent your file, so your map or your game mode, from being copied.
Someone said they don't like that idea, but I think it's good for those who don't want their maps being stolen and
I think it's really
that does
good.
happen.
Yeah.
But
Think how
I don't
many-
understand if the creator doesn't want other people like touching their map, then that's their decision.
Yeah. Think how many Halo 3 or Halo Reach maps that you've played that you have no clue who actually made it because it's been downloaded and slightly edited a billion times.
Or not even edited at all, just
Yeah.
resaved.
I think that's detrimental to forgers. I think if you make a map, it's your map. People should know you made the map and you should get credit for it. And Halo 3 and the old Halo systems, even Halo 5, if you actually download someone's map, it says you're the creator for some stupid reason. Like,
yeah, but Joy, it's not just about like giving credit. It's like if this person who made his creation doesn't want it going around, then that's his choice. Whether what do you think about that or not?
I think that's a good point too. Is like
How-
if you put artistic creativity into making a map, maybe you don't want people to change it. Maybe you want that to be the vision, and that's that.
Like if you made something that you only want to be able to host, like you made like a custom type game. You're like, oh, only
Wait a
I
minute.
want to be able to, whatever you want to fucking use it for. Maybe you're
So,
a
like,
nerdy Reach Clan kid and you want to have a cool fucking map only you can access.
How do you think this copy protection is going to work? Like, is it like it doesn't matter if you download somebody else's map, it's always going to say who the original creator was?
I
Is
think
that what
it'll just be like
it
you
means?
you could download the map and play it, but you won't be able to open it up in Forge. Would be my guess.
Yeah, like a read-only file,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
PDF or something like that.
I mean, I don't know if I like that. Like, what if I do want to mess with it?
Ask
Then you
for-
gotta buy
I mean-
the NFT.
you gotta pay for the Patreon from the Forger to get collaborator access, as it says here. Or you could
I mean,
add,
that
actually I guarantee we will see if Forge is big and Infinite, which it probably will be. I bet we'll see Patreon perks, which are like collaboration perk on all of my maps.
I think it's cool to, download a map, go in the Forge, and just mess around with stuff. Like, I don't know if they should be taking that away, but I don't know. Like, if you downloaded it from somebody, maybe it always says who the original creator is, and that's what it does. But
Oh,
to not be able to edit it, I don't necessarily like that.
Big Daddy, I'm sure you'll be able to get around it. I'm sure on PC you probably can just pull the file out of the game files and probably get around it if you want to. But yeah, I don't think consoles are. gonna be
And
able to
I
get
mean,
around
a
it.
lot of these forgers, they create the map for the community. Like, they want people to play it. Like, I don't know how many of them care that much if somebody edits it. They just don't want other people taking credit
Yeah,
for that map.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I for sure think it's nice that at least like people should be able to like get credit for their stuff. It won't just like say
Like
other
you can
people
have the
were
map
creators.
and then have people access it, but it can't edit in Forge. Is a setting which I think is pretty good and fine. I understand why people have a problem with that because like
Well, maybe
you
if
want-
it's a setting that they could turn on or off.
Yeah,
and-
it's-
like
it's
if
not
it's
by
the creator's
default.
choice,
It's-
it's like
it's
I don't
like a
want
thing you
people
can
can
do.
download and play it,
Oh,
but
okay.
they can't change it in Forge.
Okay, then
Yeah,
maybe that wouldn't be so
it's
bad.
it's probably like an opt-in, like enable copy protection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enable edit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that might not be such a big deal.
Here's the thing, Majora. I think you take that up with the specific forger.
Yeah, that's not the community. That's like just the Forge
I
person.
I
who
think
wants
this
that.
is 343 giving forgers the option.
Just freedom at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
it's your choice. Like if the people in Forge don't do it, then they don't do it. Then we never have to deal with it. Like at the end of the day, if you have a problem with it, then it's the community's problem because they're the one that's turning it on.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought on it. I think this gives forgers the option to lock down their creations if they want to. I imagine
Yeah.
most people won't, but if they want to lock it down, now they have the option to. So if they don't want you editing their map, they can stop you from editing it because probably not every forger in the world wants all of their stuff to be fully editable. But if they don't care or they don't mind people making derivative maps based on theirs, then they can leave the option off. So I don't know. Okay, otherwise on here there's a whole bunch of stuff about customization, armor core stuff. There's something about sockets. I don't know if you guys read this. It just says
Sockets.
I think it just equips a random item of the highest quality you own into a socket, and I'm guessing a socket is like your shoulders or your chest or your helmet, but it doesn't specify.
Hmm.
But I
Oh, it's
think
for campaign.
no, this is for multiplayer. I think it's if you want to randomize your like armor set.
Highest. Interesting.
I think that's what it is, but down here's some stuff with battle pass stuff. So we already knew they're using the credit system, so
Hmm.
but I'm going to assume you can just buy credits because you have to buy the battle pass with credits, so
Oh, then yeah, you
yeah.
probably will.
Yeah, so
Mhm. Hmm.
that'll be different. I think the credits are just the microtransaction thing, not like reach credits. You can buy XP boosts, which are everyone's favorite thing. Challenges, you can swap them in and out. Yeah, and that's about it for the multiplayer details. Should we talk about the maps? Do you guys have any last final thoughts on multiplayer details?
Ain't.
No, not really.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I'm liking these for the most part.
Alrighty, so we will move on to the maps. So there is like a slight mini spoiler for campaign in the map files. We're gonna talk about it. If you don't want to know, you can leave, I guess. I don't know what else to tell you. That's kind of just the gist of it. But we'll pull it up. Yeah, Big Daddy. It kind of seems like what they did for sure. All right, I'm just gonna pull this up here. So we have, well, we can. There's this Forge image. I don't know if you guys saw this. Looks like Forge.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about it.
Oh, a Banshee on live fire. Let's go.
Let's go.
It needs to
How
be
great do you
purple.
guys think the Forge will be? I mean, obviously H5 was nuts, but like, you think Infinite will be a big step up, or just like H5 with a lot of improvements and quality of life changes?
Dude, I hope it is. I hope it is.
I mean, I saw some people complaining about the budget. I'm not a forger. I don't even know. Like, is that a big budget? That
Yeah, I'm not
photo right here.
into
or-
the H5 Forge, so can't really speak much of that, but
Yeah, like every Forge so far has had a budget, right?
Yeah,
And-
but
Yeah.
the budget has to do with like their way of not letting you like overload the map
Break.
and make it run like dog shit.
Yeah. So like, I don't see the issue.
I mean,
I think people thought it was a little too low.
I think
right.
that's
Oh,
completely
We don't know what it's measured
yeah.
in. So
That's completely dependent on how much the pieces cost. They could cost one.
yeah.
I guess some people just assumed they'd be like the Halo 5s, and they
Oh.
looked at this
Mm.
budget number and just said, it's not a big step up.
But this
I
is
don't know.
also live fire and not like a Forge canvas, so it might have lower because it already has to
True.
load the entire map. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So we can wait and see on that, I guess. Basically. Yeah, I hope it's like a full scale, like map editor, but I guess we'll see. There's a thing here that says Spartan test and Spartan play. I don't know if that means you could throw a Spartan on there or if it just means something else. I don't know if you guys can read that. It's pretty small.
Spartan
also
test.
like, how would the fucking budget system? Because like, it's crossplay with people playing on high-end PCs and then people playing on
With
shitty
dog
Xbox
shit
Ones. Like,
Xbox
how the
Ones.
fuck do you balance that?
Yeah, I don't
I think
know.
it's
Like, I
gonna be
imagine the
just-
budget wouldn't make sense
You
for
just-
someone forging on.
You got to bring down the PC budget to match the Xbox.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
be
like, what if there's a
pretty
map
hardcore
that you
throttle.
forge that can't run on a fucking Xbox because it just runs
An
at
Xbox, an
10
Xbox person joined your lobby, and it just like deletes everything over that budget they already had placed out.
yeah.
That'd be funny. Okay, let's see. We'll move on from Forge. Okay, so now we'll get into all the different map images that we've seen and a map walkthrough. Okay, so that is a picture of me.
Pieces have decimal values. What?
He's saying what if. Okay, so here are
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like, what does he mean by that?
like
for like the cost.
How would
on
that
the,
work?
it could cost like 2.1
Oh, I got you.
0.5
Yeah.
for like some
You
shrubs. or
looking at the
whatever.
countdown remake
Yeah,
first?
all right. So this is not
Quote unquote countdown remake. A lot of people like jump
But,
the gun and conclude that this is it, guys. This is
We're
the
working on
remake.
it.
This is a map that's in Halo Infinite, and this is the only one that we have like a full straight up fly through of, which is kind of cool. I don't know how the fuck they got this, but yeah, it's got a rocket in the middle. So or not a rocket. What's the
Saber.
fly? Yeah, it's got a saber in the middle. Count bound.
Yes.
But yeah, so here, I guess this
I'm not impressed from what I see. I just think it looks kind of generic.
it just looks
It looks
like,
like a
we have
mashup
yet-
of
looks like a
several-
We
Halo
have
5
yet
map.
to see like a nice Covenant or Forerunner map.
Yeah, we have yet to
besides
see
the
a
Forerunner
full
structure on the
map.
sand map. So I mean, a lot of these maps so far, I'm kind of disappointed with from what we've seen so far. They just look kind of generic, and I think it's Halo. I think you could do a lot better. And that's
Yeah,
one of the
somebody
main
told
things
me-
I wanted with Infinite was good multiplayer maps. But
Yeah. I feel like if somebody told me that this was a Halo Online map or a Halo 5 map, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This one in particular seems like a mix of several Halo 4 maps. And
Mhm.
I don't know. Not a huge fan of the whole 343 visual design in terms of multiplayer maps. I feel like they try and go a little bit too grounded with it. Like this genuinely does just look like a street that leads up to a rocket silo.
But look, there's stuff in the sky that flies.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
'cause
pretty cool.
I always look this guy.
I mean,
It just-
yeah, it looks like a 343 map, man. That's just what it looks
Yeah.
like.
I feel like Bungie's map. I don't know how true this is, but I just kind of feel like some of Bungie's maps were more open. Like you could just see a lot of the map from certain spots. Like this is just a lot of walls, a lot of
A lot of corridors.
hallways and shit. Yeah,
Yeah, but
small
you
corridors.
gotta have all the stuff to jump on and clamber.
Is this a BTB map? Because it seems kind of big.
I have no clue. Could be. We don't see any vehicles
probably,
though.
Probably could be.
Oh yeah.
We
sure.
do see vehicles.
The,
That's where you're wrong.
the
Oh, the trucks. If they're not drivable, I'm not.
there's a
getting the game.
there's a truck for you. Ooh,
You
another
could
truck.
drive some of those in Reach campaign.
Yeah,
Some
Yeah.
trucks
Or you,
like that.
you can now in with
And
the,
MCC Forge, yeah.
It's a doubles map. Hell yeah, baby. All right, but yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's
100%.
this map. It's I don't know. It says it's called Launch Side. I don't know if that's true.
Hmm.
That's a fucking generic name if I've ever heard one. I feel like that's a placeholder. That's like when you open the Halo files to get your theater files out, and like you see some of the names for the Halo 3 maps that must have been like the early names, and you're like, yeah, it's probably a good thing they changed that one. All right, so here are some other images of multiplayer maps. This is one from the trailer that we saw. What was this one called? Like Behemoth or something, or Leviathan, or
I think Behemoth.
yeah.
Was it? I could be wrong.
I think it was probably Behemoth. Here looks fucking just like the map we just looked at, but I think it's a different map. So
At least it have some color. At least there's some red in there. I do
There's
like
some-
that, and I
there's
do
some
like the
green.
foliage,
yeah,
like the overgrowth up top. That's cool.
this looks like a Halo Online map.
Yeah.
Here's an outdoory map, probably BTB, I would assume. Was this one in the trailer?
Yeah, it was. That's. Oh, I think so. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think that's the one they showed for BTB.
Here's another one, and this one looks coolish. That big structure seems nifty. Is that a banished scarab, or is that?
Oh my
Still-
gosh, we should do a Halo Infinite tier list right now.
That's
Based on the pictures.
the AA gun.
That's a
Yeah, I think that's.
S
You go
tier
up a
for
similar
sure.
thing in the campaign trailer.
The vehicle thing.
Yeah, the AA gun.
Gotcha. All right, and then here are images of that map that we saw. Okay, and then here are some really scuffed images of the campaign maps. That these have no value to me. I don't know if you guys have saw these, but they just look like fucking PNGs of a fucking landscape in Seattle.
Is that concept art?
No, I don't. It just says Halo Infinite campaign map leaks. So I don't know. I think it's the actual map. It doesn't look like concept art.
My favorite one is the one that's like glitched out of bounds.
This one.
Ah, yeah. I like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. These they just look like bad. This one's looking pretty good too.
Wait, that's like the mountain from Reach.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have any opinions on these maps. This one's
Is that
got
a Bob Ross original?
this one's got a bunch of different floating islands. It looks like.
These look like screenshots from any given hunting game I've ever played.
Yeah, that's just super generic. And
Yeah, nothing special about it.
there's this thing,
This is
whatever the fuck
bland.
this is. The training
the
area.
academy or something. Like,
Yeah, I
ooh.
think it might be actually.
I can see live fire in there.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you can.
Oh, you actually can. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is live fire. Sick.
can.
Nice. All right, we found live fire, guys. There's this fucking image. A close
Oh
image.
yeah, let's go hexagons. Fuck yeah,
Yes.
bro.
And then and then someone commented, if I can't dual wheel needlers, then I still don't care.
He's probably being
boy.
serious.
Probably.
You can't distract me with your hexagons, Infinite.
Yeah, so that's here's a picture of the academy. Some more pictures of the academy that all have like 2 polygons. So
Ooh,
it's looking good. I
that
don't
does
know.
look good.
I don't know how some of this stuff got extracted, so it's like any video game map, if you like break outside the area, is gonna look like dog shit. So I'm not gonna rip on it, but like these fucking like even the towers look bland as fuck. But
A lot of these look like the like Halo Infinite that a guy made in 48 hours.
oh hell yeah, they're gonna do.
Be fair, outside of a lot of the maps and campaign missions in the Bungie games, there was surprisingly like a lot of detail.
Yeah, I mean, there was in those games, but I think that's like an added benefit of. I don't even know why they did that, honestly, but not like a huge.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's true. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. I think that's most of the leaks that I've seen. I don't know if anyone in chat has seen other. Oh, there's the ship. It's a big Halo Infinite banished ship. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I saw that thing. Yeah.
Game of the year. Where's the Pog? Dude, they deleted Pogland. They told me they were gonna put it in the game, but they took it out because they were so upset that we ranked it so high. But yeah, so this is a ship. It's got about 2 textures for the whole thing, and yeah.
It's like a
Yeah, we need
Halo
a
Wars
Pogline
ship.
reimagination. Maybe that can be a DLC.
Maybe.
Well, you know how you saw that like that live fire like within that one photo? What if like the map opens up each like over time with each season? You gain access to like a new area, you know, and
oh,
it
the
and it
campaign
slowly
map?
be live fire.
Oh,
like
live
no, I'm
fire.
talking in multiplayer. Like
Oh, Jesus, it
new
just gets
sections of
bigger.
it open up. It becomes a BTB map eventually in like season 3.
That's at a certain point it comes so large that's when they announce like 16 verse 16 or some bullshit.
Yes. Oh man.
Majora, I don't think I have that, but I do remember seeing it. But well, we did go over the multiplayer details, which was a bunch of the voice lines. So maybe that's what you're talking about. But
But yeah, with the maps, I need to see some more. I'm not impressed so far with what I've seen from the maps.
yeah, I mean, they all kind of look just generic and map-like.
Yeah, I want to see something that looks like a midship or a lockout. Something, you know.
I want a map that is a 1-to-1 recreation of Snowbound, my favorite map.
It's a pretty map. I like spending time there.
I don't, because I have to play it when I'm there.
Yeah.
Maybe if I went on like a nice little vacation where you load into it on a custom game.
Oh yeah, there's a flood game mode.
You like the snow maps, right? Right? Supper?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of snow maps. I
What do
want
you-
that. I wish you could make snow maps in Forge. I hope there will be an option like in Infinite where you can make some bomb ass snow maps.
How do you feel about it not snowing on, like the snow not working on lockout in MCC Halo 2?
Oh yeah, that's a thing that like made me question if that was in the original or not, because I know on Vista it was snowing,
Oh, it was in
but-
the original.
and the H2 OG I was like I don't remember it snowing or not.
It was.
Oh okay.
It's just sad that it doesn't snow anymore.
Well, you know what? I'm sure the particles affected like the frames on a crappy Xbox, so
Yeah.
maybe it's for the better.
They'll fix it eventually.
Oh, there's this image, which isn't even really a leak, but I'll just pull it up. It's just people playing Capture the Flag on Bazaar. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. It was making the rounds on Twitter.
Yeah. And there's the Magnum.
Yes, right here.
Yeah, people can finally calm down now.
It doesn't look like the fruit's improved though. I mean, he's not shooting it, but like just looking at it, I don't know.
It looks weird. Like it looks like some shit out of, like Perfect Dark. But it looks like you can stick little emblems on your guy, which I mean,
That's where they went in Reach, right? Right there on the chest.
I think so. I don't remember.
Pretty sure they did. Those Spartans look good though. Look
Yeah.
at them.
They look like Spartans. Yeah. This guy
They
is
look
that
good.
that guy's rocking the repulsor. Probably right.
Yeah, that's the repulsor.
Let me see. Let me see what other good stuff I can find. If you guys have other stuff that you want to talk about, you can send it to me. Otherwise, I'm like trying to scroll through the Halo Leaks page, but not fucking spoil the whole story for myself.
What haven't we talked about? Oh yeah, the ending of the campaign. So what do you guys think?
I can't believe we forgot about that.
I think it's good because that means yes.
People were saying there's a oh, here we go. Big Daddy sent it. Okay, so this is a sound
Big
file.
Daddy.
This is a sound file. All right, everyone listen.
Was it leaked exactly how the game mode works, or is it just the voice
I'm
lines?
listening.
Basically just yeah, it confirms there's like a flood game mode, basically. But it could also be infection. Remember how in Halo 4 they made all the infected people the flood?
True, it could just be their name for infection.
Yeah, it could be.
What's up with that? I thought it was that's like the Halo 5 announcer, which it was always Jeff Steitzer, right? He always did it.
Yeah, I think so.
But they made him sound weird in the other
Containment
game.
zone incoming. Could that be like a section of the battle royale? Like, remember the Warzone game mode that had zombies on it? It was like
Yes.
It was around Halloween. You'd like fight the
Yeah.
zombies and people. Could be something like that, maybe.
I do remember that.
Yes, I mean, this confirms the flood are somehow in the game. Other than that, it could be a flood game mode. It could be the way that they called infection. It could be something with the BR with containment zone. I don't know. Could be.
Wasn't there a leaked flood like horde mode thingy?
Well, I think that's what we were just listening to.
People would love that.
Well, I thought okay. Well,
Or
that's
is
what I was
there-
saying.
is
That's
there
what
more
that could,
info
that's
to
what
it?
That could. That's what that could be. I thought you were just talking about like infection or
Oh no
if
no.
that's for a if that's for a battle
that's what I was
royale.
talking-
Okay. Shit.
Superintendent and Master Chief AI voice lines. Oh, I haven't seen those. That sounds kind of cool.
Mr. Chief.
Mr. Chief. Oh shit. All right. Well, still cool. Oh, here we go. I found him. I don't want to go. Well, do I have? I have to download them off this guy. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna download them off his Google Drive because I don't care enough. But yeah, there's Mr. Chief and the Superintendent as personal AIs. But I think we're gonna see a lot of stuff like that as personal AIs. So I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about that.
As long as I could turn off the like personal AI
Dude, I
voice,
hope
I feel like you will be able to.
I hope you can.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because they were kind of annoying at times.
Telling you when you picked up
Oh,
a
here
weapon,
was-
you gotta love it.
Here was this Forge picture. Actually,
Hey, that's an AR.
I do want
Sick.
to. I do want to talk about this one. We didn't talk about that.
About what?
I'm pulling it up, sir. Hold on. Okay, so this is one of the other Forge images that was leaked, and so this one actually I think is intriguing because there's this fucking elite here. So does this?
Yeah,
Does this confirm you can put AI on your map, or is he just a? Is
Well,
he just a?
you could do
an aesthetic object?
you could do that in 5, all right?
just
You
as an
You
object.
could put like a yeah, it could just be that. Because yeah, you could put like jackals and stuff down in Halo 5. I remember
Yeah, you could as like a decoration.
that ship, the Banished shipback or the Banished Phantom, doesn't really look that improved back
No,
there.
it doesn't.
It's looking kind of lame.
It looks like it's like missing textures compared to the Pelican. Yes, Darth. Of course I am. So, I don't know.
But if you could have AI in Forge, that'd be pretty sick.
That would be. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool, but Some say AI, some say AI, but it could just be a corpse. Yeah, a lot of these leaks, I feel like, are pretty open ended on what you want to take from them.
Like, I don't know if, I mean, it was just, there was no blood on the ground like he killed it. If that's any indication of something, I don't know.
Oh, here's an image. I feel like this was in the fucking flight. But here's an image of your character. Looks like you can pick how you present your person with like a backdrop and a stance. So probably like if people look at your profile.
Yeah, like stances in Halo 5.
Yeah. Superintendent at 240.
Have we talked about the customizable AIs yet?
Not really. Alright, here's the superintendent AI.
Alright, let's hear it. That's
Oh.
Joseph Staten. That's just Joe State. That's just Joe Staten.
Isn't?
I just hear Staten
Master Chief's
with
at
some weird
330.
robotic-y effect. But I wouldn't mind having Joe Staten as a
Or
personal
Mr.
AI.
Chief, sorry. Yeah, so those are the AIs. I mean, I don't know. They sound like the AIs to me. Like, take them.
Who's what
take 'em
channel?
over.
What YouTube channel was that?
That was the YouTube channel.
You gotta shout him out.
Omogonics.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
this was
Up and
posted.
coming.
This was posted yesterday. They seem to be a H5 Forge channel.
Ew.
What's up, Pat? Needs more robotification? Maybe. Yes, I don't really have anything else. I mean, I'll keep scrolling through the Reddit here, see if there's anything I missed, but
I feel like there was more. Like the Imgur, like there's so it looks like there's a ton there, but there's really not.
Oh, there's really not.
Yeah, a lot of the text posts are just describing stuff we either already knew or is extremely basic.
Yeah. Here's leaked audio of the Halo Infinite Academy. This is pretty boring. I honestly don't care.
Every time they mention the Academy, like I just get tired.
Yeah.
Like,
Could be Theta. I don't know. Can someone leak the flight and release dates? Dude, maybe we can get someone to do that.
I don't think 343 knows, so I don't know what you're gonna leak there.
What if it was in the build the whole time?
we're getting the next flight September 20th.
20th,
Oh,
can't wait.
okay. I'm gonna guess September 19th.
Well, what day of the week is the 20th? That's a
It's
a
gotta be
Monday.
like a Tuesday or
Never
Thursday,
mind.
right?
September 23rd. I'm saying.
What
I think it'll be
is that?
earlier
A
than
Tuesday? What day of the week
That's
is
a
that?
Thursday. That's a Thursday.
All right, then I'll do September 21st.
That's okay. Okay.
Funky. That doesn't even like sound that cool though. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like,
The Academy has a storyline.
I just.
I mean, that's kind of like the Halo 4 multiplayer having a storyline. You know, like it was like a training thing.
There's new armor customizations. I mean, you can send them in chat if you want, Devastator. I haven't seen any of the customization options for vehicles, Pat, besides skins.
Australia gave Halo Infinite a T rating. That's actually saying something because Australia's usually pretty weird when it comes to ratings, and they like have
they're very
games that are banned over there because they didn't pass. So that I'm gonna guess it's like an E in America.
You think?
Yeah, if it was a T in Australia.
Yeah. I mean,
I
maybe.
mean, you
yeah.
think it's what?
If it was a T in Australia, I'm gonna say it's an E in the North America.
No way.
Yeah, because
Because
Australia's weird.
unlike 4 and 5, there is blood in Halo Infinite. So how could the game with blood get an E.
Because it's like
rating.
cartoony blood, you know.
They're
blood
chat
is just
saying
part
of
that-
it. Yeah.
chat
Australia
saying
gave it an
Australia
M.
gave it an M.
But then who lied? Who said that earlier?
It's T in
Who lied?
America.
Oh God.
Ban that person from chat.
I think it was
Other way
you.
around? It's T in America?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The tables have turned.
Paint banned Australia.
Thank you.
You saw horn. Oh, we talked about that, Pat. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah.
I read it wrong.
When we were going through the vehicles, we mentioned you could change the horns. That wasn't there.
People gonna be abusing that horn.
Dude, I hope I can get a horn that just calls people like shitters.
And what if it like never runs out? Cause like you might be able to buy a horn and like they want
What
you
if
to
it
use
has
it.
an energy
like,
bar like a mobile game? You have to refuel it.
Ah.
Maybe. That could be
with
the,
your reach
the
credits.
key. All right. Well, I don't know. I think that kind of wraps it up. To be honest, I think.
Now we play some Halo Infinite.
Yeah. Now we, as you guys can see on the screen, we're loading into a match right now. So, I gotta change my setting.
The blue guy was facing the wrong way.
What's up?
The one dude was facing the wrong way.
That's unfortunate. What other brute option vehicles do you think will
What's
be?
that thing called? The one that looks like a fucking
What other brute vehicle?
snowmobile?
The Prowler?
Yeah.
Do you
They said
want
they,
that?
they said they based that off of a type of fish. Forget who
What?
said that. Yeah,
Did they
they were
really?
taking the
What?
design of a fish. It's in one of the Vidocs.
Well, no fish from Earth, that's for sure. They're probably looking at World of Warcraft and like, yeah, that's gonna be the next vehicle.
I found
Now the Prowlers sucked. Like it was
Yeah,
just-
they sucked, but I like the concept of it.
Hold on. I found
Yeah.
something funny on the Halo Leaks website subreddit.
Uh-oh.
All right, so there's an entire thread about some guy that made up a bunch of leaks, and then a bunch of YouTubers made videos about those leaks.
Nah.
And he basically says like, "Yeah, I just made all that shit up."
That's hilarious. You could definitely pull it off with Halo Infinite because there's a lot of starving channels that need that.
Yeah. Well, and I think if we're being honest, like sometimes I think even myself, like you'll just make a video, even though you know it might be fake. It's just like it's just something to make a
It's
video
just
on.
something, yeah. That's not me.
Anything that you can make a video on that's Halo Infinite, so you don't have to make MCC or Halo 5 content, is beneficial to your channel. An anglerfish might be.
A spike cannon. Yeah. Instead of a whatever the fuck you want to call it, because that was on the Wraith. Like we don't need that again on another vehicle. Put us something different. Put a fucking thing that shoots spikes, a big old spike, and it does good vehicle damage.
Yeah, the Prowler kind of sucked, if we're being honest. Someone
What
found
was H5's marketing campaign before the game came out? It was like the truth, some bullshit like that.
Someone Master Chief, yeah.
Yeah, but what was their like whole shtick? It was something
Oh.
like some hunt the truth. That was it, right?
Yeah,
Hunt
I
the
think
truth.
I think it was Hunt the Truth.
Yeah. Yeah, Infinite needs something like that.
Do you feel 343 has lost control of the marketing narrative since everyone is just looking at leaks now? But I think it hurts a little bit. Oh, Woods brought the thing up too earlier. So, do you guys think that 343 has lost control of the marketing narrative for Infinite?
What marketing?
Not
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
I feel
True.
like the leaks aren't that mainstream, right?
Yeah.
At least-
If we're being honest, every leak that we went over today was stuff that you probably should have expected or is really bland.
Yeah. Like it's not blowing up the internet per se, and like everyone is like, oh my gosh, like no one cared. Like the major things would be the story, and that's if you care about it, if you're a Halo fan, and that's like that's not gonna go around as like crazy fucking. Like we're not talking about the Last of Us type story here. This is Halo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's going to be a Halo story. Like, people might be mildly upset with the story
And then
beats.
multiplayer leaks, people are used to that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
groundbreaking news to find out that Magnum's returning.
Toys was the marketing. So
Toys
Woods,
was the
to
marketing.
kind of piggyback off that, Woods asked, "What if critical leaks occur before launch, like the whole campaign in detail? Do you think that would hurt the game?"
Critical leaks, as in like all the cinematic trailers from the campaign were leaked or somehow.
Yeah.
Like, that would be critical. Like
I
they
mean,
got
some of
that
those campaign
uploaded in
leaks
4K
are-
on YouTube somehow, and then
Someone
that'd
just,
be devastating.
what if someone just uploaded a playthrough of the whole game? It's like 2 hours long.
Right? A week before the game came out.
yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
They got it from one of those stores that just like
It's like
didn't know you
100%
weren't supposed
speed
to
run,
release
like
it.
2 weeks before the game comes out. 20 hours long. Like, how the fuck did this guy?
I feel
Funky,
that-
that's
camp-
actually
camp-
hilarious. What were you saying?
Like, I mean, aren't the campaign leaks the ones that exist now like pretty big? Like, I haven't read them. Like,
Just
I'm
be
just
stop motion
assuming-
mega blocks from now
they're
on. I
they're
agree.
basically
Oh
like
my
the
God, that'd
main
be cool.
objectives of the campaign. So like
okay,
it'll give you a
Yeah,
gist
they
on
don't
what you're
explicitly
doing.
say what happens.
Yeah, it
Read,
so, like-
read what Funky said.
basically it'd be like let's say you're playing Call of Duty and it was like mission objective, take over the skyscraper and eliminate the enemy or something like that.
is there any who lives, who dies in there?
Not explicitly, I don't
These
think.
chat comments are funny.
I thought it was just a toy line.
Yeah, read all of that. Read Funky's.
No,
Guys are sleeping on
Funky's
them.
comment's funny. My wife doesn't give a fuck about Halo. I never told her about the toy leak. She walked by the TV one time and was like, "Is the
That was a Mega
entire
Bloks
news
collection."
cycle?" Yeah. Well, Trippy, I think part of the problem too is I think it's still up in the air when the fucking game's supposed to come out, and so I don't think they want to like roll out all their marketing and then have to, who knows. But I found on the Halo leaks thing for everyone that doesn't care because it's not infinite. Someone found Halo Online armors in the Halo 4 flight files. Oh, never mind. That's old. Never mind.
Yeah, that's kind of old.
That's old, boys.
Huh.
I scrolled down too far.
What if we did like next stream? We discuss leaks for like other Halo games that already came out, like 4 or 5 or something.
That'd be actually a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Halo 2 leaks.
We could talk about the
Remember
barn video for Halo 4.
The what video?
The barn video. Have you not seen that?
The barn video?
Yeah, there's a video from before Halo 4 came out of some dude playing Halo 4 in a barn, and it's like the most scuffed ass video.
Oh, I haven't seen that picture there. That's cool.
Yeah, I found this one. Screen
So when I saw the Halo
calibration.
4 leak, I wasn't sure if I was about to witness some murder. It's like one of those dark web videos that you weren't meant to see.
I want to see the barn.
Do I want to?
Number 15. Halo 4 in a barn.
Alright, well, why don't we wrap up? We'll wrap up with this. When do you guys think we're getting the next flight? BHB?
Tomorrow.
September 23rd.
September 21st.
September?
Mark
hold
your
on.
calendars.
I'm gonna pull. So September 23rd is a Thursday. Alright, fair. September 21st is a Tuesday.
I said 21st. Pick a day already, Rash. Alright, pick a side.
No,
Are
I
you a
was- I
Tuesday or a
was-
Thursday guy?
I don't think it's gonna be that far into September. I think we get at Gamescom. We get an announcement, and Gamescom's next week. And I think it's 2 weeks from Gamescom, so I think it'll be the second week of September. So I'll say the 9th.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 10th through the 13th.
Yeah, 9th or 10th through the
Halo
13th
4
or
barn
14th.
nudity.
That'd be my guess.
I mean,
Games coming out December 7th. That seems too late for like the
A
holiday.
tier list
cycle.
on Halo leaks. Halo's biggest leaks. Tier list.
That would be pretty funny.
I don't know. I feel like the 9th. Yeah, I feel
Remember
like
that
they wanna
H2
do it that
one? It
weekend.
was like early gameplay and it was like some weird map and the UI was all jank and
I do not.
You guys remember?
this. No. It sounds good though. They pushed it
Wow.
out due to Horizon 5. I can't imagine there's a world where you'd push your
That
game
was-
out due to Horizon 5.
Yeah, that was big competition.
Like I'm not saying Horizon's not a big franchise or something, but that's not even the same like market. Like sure, it's the market of people who play video games, but like a single player thing. for people who care about the Horizon Zero Dawn franchise. Like, oh, they didn't want it to take, or is it? Never mind. They didn't. Okay. Or we're talking about Forza Horizon or something. Never mind. Am I dumb here?
Yeah, I think it's Forza Horizon,
Okay, it's
right?
Forza Horizon. Okay.
I don't
And
know,
Phil
all these car
Spencer
games are the
talked about
same.
it. Okay. Well, I feel that is a poor decision, but whatever.
Wow.
I don't know why you would push your. Actually, never mind. I probably do. Honestly, Forza is probably more relevant than Halo. So these days, if we're being honest.
Bad.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it for the video, or not the video. that's gonna do it for the stream. Thanks everyone for watching.